Hello, it's Kim from Dream Life by Design, and welcome to this tutorial that is going to guide you through creating anchor links within your Teachery course or theme. So what is an anchor link? An anchor link is essentially just a link to another section within the same page. So it doesn't link off to an external resource or an external website. It is jumping to a section on a page. Just to demonstrate how we might use this, here is a course that I've made up about journaling, and let's pretend that my lesson content here is quite long. So I have section 1, section 2, section 3. Now, as you know, with lessons, there can be a lot of material that you include. So you might have the lesson transcript, you may have a section with downloads in it, you could have a section with resources. And so these pages can get quite long, and sometimes it doesn't make sense to break that content down into sub-lessons, and it makes sense to have it all housed together on the same lesson page. And so this is where anchor links can come in handy. Right now I'm using Teachery's minimal template, and you can see that in the sidebar area here, I have a little title that says jump to a section, and then we have section 1, section 2, section 3. At the minute, these don't do anything, but what I want them to do is if someone clicks on this, it will jump to the first section, and if they click on section 2, it will jump to the second section, so on and so forth. The content on this page is just filler content, so I haven't actually padded it out that much, so you may not get the full effect, but I just want to guide you through the steps on how to implement this so that you can go off and do this yourself if you do have longer lessons and you want to give someone some quick navigation within the page. First of all, you'll need to go into your Teachery admin area. So I am in my first lesson here. Now let's scroll to the section titles. So here we have section 1. So what we want to do is highlight this text, and if you click on this little plus icon, it says more rich. You click on here, and then we go to this icon, which switches it into code view. Now you can see where we've highlighted our text because it's showing in yellow. And what we need to do is just add an ID tag onto this little section of HTML. You can either do it on the span tag here, which is pulling in some of the color and font styles, or you can do it on this H1 tag here. It doesn't matter which one, as long as we put an ID in somewhere. So I am going to do it on the H1 tag, and all I'm going to do is put ID equals, and then the quotation marks, and I'm going to put in 1. You can label this anything. You could put in section 1. Just remember what you've called it, because we're going to refer to it in another section shortly. So we can click on this icon here, and this will switch us back to the rich text view, and everything looks the same. I can come up to this section here. I can highlight this. I can go to more rich and then insert link. And we need to put the hash sign followed by whatever it was that you just called that section. So I just called it number 1. You could have called it bananas. It really doesn't matter as long as you have it set up correctly. Now we do have this extra bit here that says open in a new tab. We don't want it to do that because that would be really annoying for a user if they're clicking on a link and then it just keeps opening up in multiple tabs on their browser window. That would be insane. So we want to make sure that this is unchecked and then click insert. That's now gone red because it's a link. So if I go back to my browser window where we have this set up already, and I'll refresh, if I click on this section 1 bit now, you can see it's jumped to section 1. So I'm just going to walk through that exact process again, just to really hammer this one home. So we highlight the text, go to code view. This time I am going to put my ID tag on this span section here rather than the H1. I'm going to do space, type ID equals, do your speech marks, and I'll put in number 2 in between those, and click on here to switch back to the rich text view. Then scroll back up to my sidebar region, highlight this text here that says section 2. On the more rich tab, go to insert link, and then we want to do #2 and then uncheck open in new tab and click insert. So you can see that's hyperlinked. If I preview the course again, just have to navigate to my first lesson and then click section 2. You can see it's jumped to section 2. I hope you found this tutorial useful. If you did, I would really appreciate a thumbs up. And also, if you have any more requests of things that you would like to see me cover on this channel, specifically around Teachery and around UI design, just drop that in the comments below.